All right, back on the bike today. It's a nice sunny day outside, Saturday afternoon. Perfect for hanging out in the garage. So this fairing has been through a couple of resprays. Now on this side, this actually was damaged, and I had a guy repair it. Just this area, he did a fantastic job feathering the paint in. You just cannot see it at all. It's perfect. But I don't think he went into the cracks as much as I was hoping he would. And it opened up again very quickly. So I had to get it done again. This time I thought, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to Dremel these out, spend a lot of time just finally dealing with these cracks and strengthening them. But I took him to the guy first because I needed to find out, well, what had he done and why did it fail and open up so quickly? And depending on what he said, I was going to let him just do it or not. But he was like, yeah, okay, I'll get in there and cut them open, put a little bit of glass in and so on. So, okay, I'll let him do that, and it's come back, and it looks perfect, of course. But this time, I'm going to be a lot more careful with it. And so today's job, what I'm going to do is make some kind of washer, which I'm going to fasten to the back here with some sealant. So it's basically there permanently. The idea is to transfer the whatever forces the screw applies to this hole onto the area the size of the washer. That's the idea. So I've got this whole rod with two holes, one going halfway through and the other one going all the way through that. And then I would need to screw it, fasten it onto a rod that's got a hole tapped into it. I put a screw through it and I put that rod inside the lathe. And then I could probably turn down both sides. Yes, I could probably turn down both sides, like with a parting tool or a grooving tool, go in there and go in there. I mean, it's just aluminium, it's not steel. How about that? All right, what's next? Face it, put a hole in it. Right, so now I've got a nice thread in the middle of that, matching my screen brace. How much do we need? At least a couple of mil for the washer part, plus the bit that sticks out on the other side. How thick is the fairing? Fairing is about, it's basically 3, just a tad over 3 thick. Say 4, 6, 7, and then the bit at the back. So maybe 45, 50. Let's cut off 50. And that, of course, is done using my power feed. It's a nice close fit. So we've tried to round it off a bit more. I don't know. Tried to sharpen it a bit. It's so hard to get it at the angle. I couldn't really see it. Okay, so that's a nothing. Yeah. It's got to be about that. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Nice. That's sitting in there. See, if I just keep using that washer as is, it would sit on top of this aluminium thingy, right? So I either do them custom for each side, make them sort of just about right, or very slightly above. I think I will aim for basically the thickness of the fairing, and I won't trim them down until I've made the holes in the fairing big enough for this post so that I can put these through the hole and see how much sticks out the other side. And then I'll trim it down. Pretty subtle little bit there, but yeah, well, that's created a few little ridges. Worried if I put it in a Dremel, I'm gonna slip off and slide across the surface. Pretty damn likely. And this is cutting through pretty well. That one is the same. This is, of course, the side that had the damage repaired. The other side had a few little cracks around the hole, but I didn't get anything done about them. Clean up the edge of the hole from the other side. Here we go. Nice. That's it. It's all fitting very well. So the plan here is to polish these little end pieces up so that they look like the rod that they're going to be sitting on. Because this, of course, is a piece of polished aluminium. And these have a CNC'd kind of look, freshly machined. And I want it to be, want it to match. So it really looks like they were made at the same time or as part of it. It's the machined looking part. And there's the shiny looking part, the polished one. Perfect. This is going to be the right side. I'll mark that with one little line. The left side is going to get two little lines. I'll just put a whole bunch of pen on it. Going to go through, pen there, and then I'm spinning the thing. This one, if I have a screw in it, if I have a screw right up against the metal, it'll sit like that, and it's not actually touching. So that's like that. The whole thing is like that. Okay. So what I've done is basically finished these two parts, that one and that one, and I've been fitting them to the inside of the fairing, widening those holes, and that's all fine. Now before I fasten these inside the fairing, I want to just check it here because I know it's not going to be square unless I bend the fairing a lot, and I don't want to do that. What I plan on doing is bending this rod to get it just right. So I'm going to mount this and tweak and fettle and twist and bend until it's all lined up. Now I'd like to put something else over here just because I'm going to be messing around quite a bit. Okay, now let's see where this all ends up. Probably nowhere near correct. But this is how it would normally mount. And I can see that's not square. That's why I have the rubber washer under it. They're both pulling it back a bit. Let's just make sure it's on. The one with two lines was on the left. The one with one line is on the right. Now to get this one to line up square, that's why I have these everywhere. That's okay. And then that one's nowhere near correct. That would be comfortable for this one. And it's way off up there. I should really make some of these that have a ball joint. There's an idea. So to make that work, to make this square and then this come back, both of these bends have to be tighter. Oh, you know what I could just do at the very, very end? Just give them a little tweak there, just like that. It's not much, and it's only at the end. Definitely needs to be shorter, there's no doubt about that. I think if it came in a bit, because it's so wide, 6-7 millimeters on that side, 5 millimeters, and on this side, that would fit better. So these little doohickeys are adding about 2 point something mil. This is the biggest problem. The screw has a head on it. So I can't make something that has a custom angle because the screw still has to go straight through. The last thing I did was I figured out really this bar doesn't work because the angles between something coming perpendicular out of these holes and something going straight across through this hole in this thing don't meet each other. So that one comes out like that out of the fairing, perpendicular, and this one goes across, and they miss. They actually need to meet somewhere, and then that's where your bend is. And so I'm trying to decide how to deal with that. The holes are basically too far forwards by not much, but enough. And the bar has to be perpendicular coming out of that hole because the screw has to be flat on the other side. It can't be on an angle. That's the problem. I should be able to just do that and then give it one wipe around and get it quite even. I should be able to. I'm going to have to do it. It's going to be a mess if I have to clean it off here. And with any luck, I'll be able to wipe that off as it sets. One from here. Looks like that. And I put it through here. Paint on the other side is all in one piece and perfect. This side was the correct one that I didn't get sorted out. This, of course, has the wax on it, so nothing's really sticking to it. So, once again, a screw and a washer and a rubber thing. This doesn't fix it all. I'll give up. Stops shit getting stuck between the screen and the paintwork and then scuffing and scraping up and down and so on. And this just puts a little gap there so that nothing comes in between. You don't even see them. Ta-da! Quick wax. That's the secret to a clean screen. Come on. Oh, this is new paint. Bloody hell. The screws don't fit. And I've done. Here we go. On you go. Out. There. I'm going to just put this on and just see if it lines up. See, that one's not right. And this one is also not right. Okay, so in fact, that hole on that side needs to be bent back a little bit more like this one, which is fine because then they'll even out. All right, I'm just going to try this. Got a nice piece of 10mm tube. What I've done is I've put a mark on the side that it needs to be bent towards. Very close, but not quite. There. Yes. We'll go try that on the bike. Yeah, I need to turn that down. Hey, Brooke. Oh. Yeah? Yeah? So you have a good morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it's sunny and nice Wellington day.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's the best city in the sun.
Yeah. Really interesting walking around
Yeah.
here.
It's a lot grottier than it used to be. But all the cities in the West are like that these days. All right. I might just do an intro here right now.
Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe I should go and have a shave.
Show you what I did quickly before we go. So I was tweaking this bar. Well, what I did here to spread the load, made a little
Flanged.
machined those up, put them in there. They're on there with I used a JB gasket sealant, a gray that goes off, and so it's could be removed if necessary. It's not glued. And then it was a matter of tweaking this, which at first I thought I wouldn't be able to do. I couldn't do it straight.
It is quite hard, that stuff.
And I did get some fresh rods. I thought I'll try and make a new one yesterday rather than play with the original. And after bending that, as you say, it's quite hard. And I've learned you can use a torch, heat it up, and you get a bend. And then
the difference between bending and melting is not a lot.
Right. A guy gave me a tip on YouTube. You use one of those black permanents. Put it on and then heat it up till it goes or something. And I tried that.
Well, you can buy well, I've got a whole range of pens.
Oh, for temperature.
When I'm doing cylinder heads.
Right.
And so, because valve seats and valve guides and welding are all at different temperatures.
Right.
And so they just are coloured. They're American.
Well, that's neat.
And you just and so when it gets to temperature, when you write on it with this pen, it's like it melts. And it writes and you can see it.
Yeah.
And when you do it, if it's not hot enough, it'll just go, it doesn't mark it.
Right.
And if it is over temperature, it'll, as soon as you put it on, it just goes black.
All right.
So man, I use it all the time.
Very cool. So the last job yesterday was to tweak this thing, and I've got it right finally. Took forever to get this right, but and it's such a minor
compound angle, Rob. That's why the pain in the ass.
If the mistake was when these come. If I put a straight rod in that and let it come down, it misses this rod. They go past each other. So they don't meet up. But if that was about 6 mil back,
well,
it would need.
It's one of those bend it and suck it and see jobs, mate. That's what that is.
Oops, I think I've got it the wrong way. I got it the wrong way.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
So that one goes in there. That one goes in there. And because the point is, it has to be square so that the head of the screw is square.
When you do it up, if
that's
it's
the
not
thing.
Square, it's going to stress the pipe.
That's what it was doing.
That's what they all do. But I mean, you imagine them pulling up, on the end of that stupid thing, on that diameter.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
And that design, that fitting, is actually what I use it on my race bikes to get the fairing off and on quickly.
Right.
And I copied it from Yamaha TZs.
What do they do?
Yamaha TZs.
You mean this sort of thing?
Exactly that.
Oh, they do this with a thing that slots in.
And they've actually got this rod.
Because it just about holds itself.
Well, yeah, this rod, this here is a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And they've got an R clip in there.
Okay.
And so to get the fairing off,
Yeah, you could leave. You could not have the screw outside. You just have it flush.
I have on the side.
Yeah.
2 on the side, 2 there, 1 on the front, and you just rip the R clips out.
Yeah.
And they're on a little wire, you know.
Yeah.
So
they hang there.
Japanese.
Yeah.
And you pull it out, and mate, it's gone.
Right.
Like in no time, so they can work on.
Very good.
So yeah, no, that's a really great system.
So I figured that out last night. Finally finished that last night. I had to finish this because the garage was a mess. So I was up late trying to get all that done. So I'll just...
God, how good this bike is. God, it's original.
Oh, it's a beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we're back here after a few days. I've had Brooke here, and that's got in the way of some small things, but it was really good. I was in the middle of sorting this rod out. I need to tap these holes at the end. They're deep, but I need to tap them deeper because the thread is not deep enough. So that one's firming up right there at that point. So are we ready here? I guess we are. This will be the final fitting. See if it even fits right. Or whether I need to tweak it any further. See there, I'm within a couple of millimeters. So I'm just pulling it back a bit. That's fine. That's not really an issue. I could tweak that out of it. If I do the same there, the same thing. It just moves back about 3 mil. Good. Sits comfortably. My press fit piece there is fine. I could reduce that down to a 3 millimeter because I always thought it looked a bit tall, but I did that to try and get it to fit. It doesn't need to be that high now. Okay. I don't know if that's in focus, but thereabouts. That is just proud of the surface by a tiny amount. And the point of that is now that everything's square and the head of the screw is going to be going in square, the screw won't touch the fairing. I mean, there we go. That's very strong. And the point there is that hopefully there's no stress or strain or twisting or angling or any kind of stress on the fairing there and there. There we go. Took a little more work than I thought it would, but I'm pretty happy with that result, and hopefully that will safeguard my fairing from further cracks and further expense fixing it. Okay, right, so if you like anything you saw, give me a like, subscribe, follow, whatever, share the video, give me a comment, let me know how I'm doing. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.